as you heard, my name is Mubarak Banisakher, and I work at MCC. One of my history, or work history, I work at USF for a year as in Sarasota campus. So I was teaching undergraduate, and I'm very passionate to help students to succeed in their career. You can read about me in the internet and how people, students don't like me much. Okay, so let's go to our topic today. So the whole reason of my presentation is to give new generation a new motivation for what I went through and what can we do for our students in order to be successful. 25 years ago, I came to this country with my wife and child, and with little English. So I had to learn English and then get started from scratch. So I got my Bachelor in Computer Science and then Master in Computer Science and then Master in Information Systems, and then the PhD in Industrial Engineering from UCF. I know how it's hard. So those 9 or 10 years I spent it in the university taught me something, that I have to be very nice to students, because more students, there is some professors, they were not really friendly. And 11:59, if my assignment did not get submitted, I get a 0. There is no mercy. So now I get students layout from that experience. So I joined HCC, so back to my presentation and why I'm here. I joined HCC in 2020, and part of my job description was to bring cloud computing and artificial intelligence to the college. So there was a solicitation from the National Science Foundation, came out on the spring of 2021, and my dean asked me to, if I'm interested to apply for this grant, which is, they call it Advanced Technology Education Grant. It was up to like $600,000. So I applied, and you know, maybe some of you work with the professors, some of you they don't, and I hope that you will, because this is a rewarding things that you can pursue in the future, and it will help you a lot. So if you continue your graduate education and you become, for example, a professor in academic, that is one of the like a requirement to have research. And associated with research is to bring grant. And how can you bring grant? The company or the sponsors, and in this case, National Science Foundation, they have to believe in your, for example, research idea or the idea that you are like pursuing. So I worked almost a year with National Science Foundation, and back and forth. It's not just one shot and you just submit and you wait for response. But there is a lot of steps that you have to go through. There's sometimes coming back, the program officer, they will ask you some question, you have to answer them, they have to review them, then the budget and all these kind of things. So, so I went through this almost a year, and in June 2021, so we received the award. So before that, I mean, like on December 16, I was overseas in Dubai with my family, and I received like an email from the program officer that there is 10 questions that they need an answer for it, and we are winter break. So I emailed my dean and said, the dean will have to take care of it, and because the due date was January 7th, and that's when the like the school come back for the spring. So I answered all the questions, I came back, and then we got the award. Part of the award, or part of my proposal was, you know, I believe that most of you, you attended some like departmental meeting and there is industry, for example, advisory board for your program. So in my proposal, there is a model that was created by a professor in the National Convergence Center, her name is Amber Hira. And that model, they call it BILT, which is Business Industry Leadership Team. So the difference between the Industrial Advisory Board and the Business Industry Leadership Team, that advisory board, they didn't have like input in the curriculum. They just listen and give some advices, but they didn't have input. In the Business Industry Leadership Team, like the leaders, they will give you they will give you the guidance. So they will guide you through that curriculum. And I'm sorry I did not go over my presentation. This doesn't move on. Okay. So this is the title of my project, which is closing the cloud computing initiative. So the proposal was to build a cloud computing degree, AS and CCC, which we didn't have at our college previously, in addition to the artificial intelligence, which I'll talk about later. So there was several goals that we had to achieve, which is identify the industry leadership team, and then adapt that model, one that I just talked to you, and design and develop the enterprise cloud and provide cloud computing professional. And recruit and retain graduates, because it's not only just you want to bring, for example, students to your degree program, but also you want to retain. And I believe that also, when I work in several institutions, they want students to stay. I mean, we don't want just to recruit them, put them as a freshman, and then next semester we didn't have those students. So it's sustainability for the program. So that this model, the one that we just to adopt, which is the Business Industry Leadership Team, you need to recruit industry leaders. And when I got the award, I did not have experience with business leadership stuff, and I didn't have any connection because I'm just a faculty. I'm not a millionaire, I'm not CEO, I'm not known in the community, okay? So what happened, I have a good relationship with IEEE, and I'm a senior member, and I know the best person in the West Coast section, which is my friend Andy Seeley. So I reached out to him, and he arranged a meeting for me with the executive board, and I presented to them the model that we are trying to accomplish and the need for the industry leadership team. And also, he did further than that. He created a free tool for a presentation for me through LinkedIn. And 56 people attended that presentation, and I presented to them the model that we are trying to accomplish. So with the help of really Andy, I can't thank him enough, all the help started pouring. I mean, my email started mixing with my work stuff, so I had to sort all these kind of things, and the people that in the IEEE, they come to help me, okay? I mean, the document that he created for me, it would take me months to put them together in that order, and because we were looking for the
like KSAs, which is knowledge, skills, and ability that the students need to have in those programs by the time of graduation. Okay, so here you have an industry leader. They are specialized, for example, in cloud or security or AI. So they know what the students need to have by the time of graduation. They don't want just the students to come and take any courses and they get out from this program without any. And the other thing that will benefit us by having this model, that this industry leadership team will not only help us throughout the curriculum, but also they will take some of our students for internship, whether it's paid or unpaid. At least they will expose them to the real world scenario, and as a result, those students will be marketable once they leave. Because I remember when I got my, when I was in my undergraduate and I pursuing my engineering degree, like the second year, I didn't know what is engineering about. I take this calculus, I take differential equation, I take all this kind of stuff, but I don't know what I'm gonna be after that. So once I took the first internship with a power plant the first year, I started developing, this is what I'm gonna be, this is what I'm gonna do. And then the fourth year, I get another internship, then I start understanding like what is the role of engineering. So same thing here, we want our students to be exposed to those kind of like environment before they graduate, so they can make a better decision and they have a better career in their future. So that's the business industry leadership team, or model that I just talked to you about it. So there is several structures. Once we get the award, we gather the team by the help of IEEE members, and they prioritize for us the knowledge, skills, and ability, and then we met and they vote on those skills and ability, and they told us this is what we need by the time the students graduate from your program. And I went back and we did cross-reference. Okay, this is the knowledge, skills, and ability that this industry leadership team wants to have in our curriculum, and then what courses we need to have in order to map in to those skills. So we came up with several courses. There was some new courses, like virtualization, for example, cloud, capstone course, some of them machine learning, because it is like cloud computing with machine learning in order to automate some activities in the cloud, and all these kind of things. So we built all this, and we met again with the business industry leadership team, and they discussed it, they approved it with comments. We went back and refined those comments, and then we submitted it to our discipline group, and then it went through the technical review committee and then academic affair, and we got approved by the state to have this AS and CCC college certificate program. Part of my proposal or grant was I injected 2 summer workshops for the students, for the high school students, 20 students from high school, from Hillsborough High School, and 10 teachers from the technology area in the high schools. And also I included 5 students in my proposal from HCC, and also 5 faculty from HCC. And the reason why we want those students to be exposed to our programs, so there was like a boot camp for 2 weeks, and I used a platform which is AWS. So I trained them in AWS, the cloud computing certification, which is the first one, practitioner, for 2 weeks, plus 10 teachers and 5 faculty from our HCC and 5 students. So those will be a pipeline. So the first summer workshop went well, and from the 10 teachers, 9 of them, like the success rate was 90% when they took the exam. I provide them with vouchers, and each voucher worth $100. Plus, I provide them with a stipend, $2,000 for each teacher. And the students also, 20, the success rate was really high, over 70% success rate. And I provide them also with a stipend, $200 plus food for 2 weeks, breakfast and lunch. Also, as I told you, I included 5 faculty from our college because I believe in sustainability. Like some institution, some people think about themselves and worry about job security if the other people know, but that is not in my agenda. I always like people to learn and spread the knowledge. So by having my colleagues clear this new technology and expose them to this, they are available to help the students, to help me, and to help the college in case of anything happen to anyone. And this is possibility, right? We get sick, we get have some kind of other issue, sometimes we change jobs, then the program will be sustainable. Because when you build something, you don't build it for yourself, you build it for the generations to come, and that's your legacy. So that's what happened with our program. So it was approved, and we have, right now, I have 11 students in the cloud computing program, the first few courses. So I will not go over slide by slide. I just, so probably. So that's the summer camp. I mean, slide for summer camp. I'm sorry that I didn't go for all this slide by slide. The last thing, which is the second thing that was required from me to bring the artificial intelligence. So I created a framework, which is, we are the first college in the state of Florida who has created an artificial intelligence for AS degree in the state of Florida. So I worked on this 6 months to create the framework, and I submitted to the state. Also, it took 6 months, and eventually it was approved and announced in the state. And you have to have this framework in order to offer a degree. So our degree, already approved, and the first course, artificial intelligence, also it's offered this semester. I'm teaching it, and I have 7 students, which is not bad at the beginning. So hopefully that this will continue, and we will have more students that when I built this program, the artificial intelligence, I collaborate with Mubarak Community College. I have a friend there. They are the first college that they partner with Intel and work with Intel. Intel has a good curriculum, so they used it and they refined it, and with the collaboration, so I got, so they gave me what has went well and what needs to be improved. So instead of reinventing the wheel, I injected only 5 courses in the artificial intelligence, artificial machine learning, and artificial intelligence for business, and capstone for the artificial intelligence, and some other courses that we have existing in our college. We can, if we were having more resources, more faculty that they can teach, we could inject up to 7 or 8 courses, which is the plan for the future. Because we want to make it a program specifics that the students can take and get the best out of that program. Okay, and we try to do more hands-on experience for our students. So that is the end of my presentation. So if there's any question, I would entertain any question.